Um, the sun rose on the same day that you did. How many suns have come and gone without you realizing it until this moment? I don't really know. It's easy to do the math on exactly how many, but the numbers never add up to the actual weight of each rise and fall of that star in the sky. You can never really know. Um, in that time, I feel that the worst crime I'd ever committed was surviving my own death. More than once. Most have blended together, and most of them have been washed away, but there's a scant few that rise above the sea of monotonous deaths that I can never really admit to anyone else. I think the dawn of the worst was 10 years ago today. I wear it on me everywhere I go, but it feels a bit heavier now. Maybe it's because I knew that living through it would mean an eternity of suffering, or what feels like an eternity. A ceaseless ending of who I was and what I am. What remains is I have no idea. In time, I've learned how to die more than I wish to admit. Whether there's a reason for it or not is something that remains to be seen, I guess. I don't think I'll ever see myself in a positive light, but I try to all the same, every now and then. And maybe it's one of my ceaseless deaths that I have to deal with, just this constant battle with myself. Trying to believe that I'm not this monolith of virtue and righteousness, of one who invokes abundant love and envy from all that I speak to. Maybe it's just believing that I'm not as bad as I think I am, you know? Maybe that might be enough. Somewhere along the way, I've invoked kinship from a few people, I guess. What they have to deal with in being with me is the camaraderie of something that is empty, yet hysterical from the acceptance of the universe's indifference to all of us. I don't know why they find this endearing at all. Part of it may be that I'm cursed with the acceptance of anyone and anything, but who really knows? The setting sun has gotten worse, and any hope that I have is a speck of dust in this vacuum of nothingness. But I still try to find a reason every now and then. The drain will red forever. I've known that long before I could even form coherent thoughts. Nobody can take that away from me, I guess. Yet I unfortunately persist. So do the ones around me, as few as they may be. I have no idea why. At some point, I believed that I was meant to create something worthwhile. Something that almost justified the dread that I was born with. Something that only I could do. But then I found out that I don't have the resilience that I thought I did. And that I broke my own delusion. What I was left with was the stark realization that I'm far from the first and far from the last. Yet even in monotony, I still feel that what I hold within me is darker and nihilistic than anyone would ever believe. Maybe it's a piece of individualism that I can never truly purge. It's what was behind me even making whatever this is. Maybe I'm just waiting for that absolute death, and until then all these ceaseless ones are practiced. Maybe I'm just biding my time. Maybe this void that I wear is the penance I've placed on myself for just existing, knowing it's all in vain. Perhaps it's the ego of the prophet within me. Maybe it's the curse I'll bear forever for being the one without, even when I'm with the few who think I'm worth their time. Or maybe these ceaseless deaths will give rise to a sun that shines on a vessel that's a little less colder. One that can exist while being wholly different, yet the same.